Unravel the mystery. What truly happened to Jack and Lily? The
I'll
children
just
have
wait
been
for you
missing
to set that up, and then we'll
177
take a look.
days, and it
Also,
makes me
do me a
wonder
big
if we are
favor,
any
please.
closer to finding the
So here
kids.
is- Do you see it?
Yeah, so that is
Now he wasn't on social media for a little while. He kind of disappeared, and then he came back, and I was hearing all these people talking about him. And when I say all these people, the shows that I subscribe to. So maybe because law enforcement isn't talking to him 3 times a week anymore, he's got to go back to the YouTube platform. All right, let's look at what he's
so
saying.
Lansdowne Station Road. As soon as you're going up Lansdowne Station Road, you go across a little bridge.
It's this direction?
Lansdowne Station.
Oh, this direction. Okay.
Yeah. So Lansdowne Station Road, there you go over a little tiny bridge.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Have I gone too far?
Yeah, it goes right on Lansdowne Station Road. There's a little bridge when you're going down, and then you see, when you're seeing right around that turn there, that's where it is. You just had it on it, right
So
past that little dirt road there, that little gravel pit dirt road. Yeah.
So
Why? I'm just curious, but why would they make command so far south of where you guys live? Did they say anything about that by any chance?
I'm not sure the actual reasoning for making it there. I know it's a road that's
law enforcement. That's what I thought.
They had a long stretch going down that hill, going to the command center, so everybody could park their cars. Because there was hundreds of cars there, Daniel.
Now,
search vehicles. They had to move in, RCMP SUVs and everything, right?
so how long after law enforcement arrived at 1027 did the command post get set up? Was that like the first thing that happened?
I'm not sure. I was actually in the woods for a lot of that, Daniel. So I don't have like a clear.
I like how when he wants the attention, he's like, "Hey, Daniel, listen here. Let me get this. That's Dan from the Drunk Turkey Show, and his name's Daniel. They're both Daniel, but he's really demanding that he listens. He's like, Daniel, here it is. But what are you saying? What are you telling us? There's the home. There's where the blanket is found. So that's what we're looking at. He's giving us information about where they were set up and how far away from home. What's he saying?
Time that was set up. Clear time that I could say the setup began or was completed.
So around what time were you notified, and how were you notified about the pink blanket that belonged to Lily?
The pink blanket that belonged to Lily, I wasn't notified at all about that. I was actually told there was a piece of a pink blanket that was found up the road in a tree, and I said, "Piece of a pink blanket?" And I put 2 and 2 together. I ran out to the garbage bin, and I seen that there was a hole ripped in the bag, and clearly there was somebody who went into the garbage or something went on with the garbage for a piece of that to be ripped out. Because usually when you look in the garbage bin, Daniel, and you see a garbage bag, usually it doesn't have a hand-sized hole ripped in the side of it.
That's interesting. Now, the pink.
I love that he says that's interesting, and then on the side it's like, well, what about the rodents? What about the animals? He's not exactly a reliable character, right? Clore, that Carly, he looks like one too. You guys are laughing at him in chat. What about that bed back there?
Pink blanket. When they told you about it, did they show you a picture? The
piece of the blanket? No.
That too.
Okay, so they just told you they found a piece. And you went to the garbage bin. And where in the garbage bin was the bag that had the other part of the blanket? Was it towards the top, in the middle, the bottom?
These were like large industrial sized garbage bags, right?
Okay.
And Mom would always yell at me, don't put so much garbage in one bag, because I would always make the bags really heavy, right?
Okay.
He does look high as a kite, right? He says, did he fill and take this one out? He's not even listening to the guy. Now, pay attention to the rest of the video. Watch the guy talking or listen to the guy talking. Look at him. He's not even listening, y'all. He's answering it before he finishes. He's already got his, whatever he's going to say, scripting, whatever he's saying.
And so I had the blanket was in a garbage bag, but there was another garbage bag that was inside, right? So it was like double bagged.
Right?
Interesting.
And you could see I keep wanting to say
was that the double bagged bag that maybe he's leaking out, verbal leakage that he used to throw away the evidence? Could that be something he's reminding us of? This part scared me about the bags. Exactly. Before you even said that, I'm like, wait, what? Industrial bags for the mill? Are you telling us the evidence you threw away, what it is? What are you saying, Daniel?
a hole that was ripped in the side from a hand that went down inside of it and pulled something out, but it looked to be like somebody put their hand in there and ripped it out. But
did you do that?
The bag, the blanket was still at the bottom of the bag, right? It wasn't pulled all the way out. It wasn't anything like that. So
was the trash bag
blankets, right?
in the bottom of the can or on top?
So who was throwing away pieces of blankets? Who was there? Who was there the day before? Why does he keep only referring to that there was him, Malaya, and one other person? When he talked about his mom, there are 3 people that didn't do it. What about the other people that did? And how do you know it was at the bottom of the bag? Who was throwing stuff away? I mean, what? Yeah, he does. He definitely does. It's he's not listening to what this guy is saying either. He's just putting his narrative that he wants to talk about. Yeah. How did he know it was a hand?
Top of like all the other trash.
Look to was left. The garbage bag, that one big garbage bag, that was like a 60-pound garbage bag. And it was that was the only bag that was in there.
Oh, okay. So there wasn't any other trash on top.
No, there was nothing else piled on top of it or underneath it.
The bag.
So if somebody opened the bin, that's the first thing that they would see.
Yeah, they would be able to see the pink blanket in there. Yeah.
Okay. And so it seems like in the documents that it alludes that they showed you guys a picture and that you guys confirmed it. Was that, if you didn't see a picture, do you know if Malaya did?
I'm not sure if she did or not. I have no idea.
But you know everything else, Daniel. Why not? I don't get it. All right, hold on. Let me go back because I was doing something. All right, hold on. Go. All right, let's look here. Sounds like the full interview will be on Drunk Turkey's channel on a later date. All right, what else? All right, that's just for you guys to remember. $150,000 rewards being offered by the province of Nova Scotia. Anyone with information regarding the case, and a lot of people that are here today are local to Canada. So anyway, they've got it under major unsolved crimes, like we talked about earlier. If you have any information, 800-710-9090. We got to bring these kids home, guys. Where's Jack and Lilly? I know there's people here in chat that think that the children are safely. I don't know how they could be safe when you say safely trafficked. People think they're still alive, and that's hope to have. But if they were trafficked, what did they go through? How long is somebody going to keep 2 children alive that are autistic? And the way that they describe their autism is like, it's kind of hard to handle. I don't know if somebody's going to kidnap those children and keep them around, right? They do look happy and adorable, but by the way the parents describe them, I just don't think so. I don't know how they're alive with $150,000 reward. No one will be quiet that long. Yeah, I really do not. That's one thing, is I do not think that they're alive whatsoever at all, not even a little bit. All right.
How have you been doing?
Hold on real quick.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm doing well, but
hold on.
Doing better than I.
We're not listening to that, but I want to show you something funny. Hold on. All right, here you go. Let me lower it real quick. Oh my goodness. Here's Daniel Martell. I got to show you this just because it's so funny. And then we got another clip. And then I'll let you guys, we could do a drawing for that shirt. What do you guys think about that? Here's Daniel Gerardo Rico Suave. This is old. What? Rico. Love it. All right, that's it. I can't handle anymore. There's Daniel Martell. Rico. Suave. All right, last part of the show, guys. All right, Daniel claims Lilly spoke that morning. Let's listen to that. Funny. You guys remember that? Oh man, that's funny. I got that song in my head now. I had to get it out. That's what it reminds me of a Daniel. Everywhere he goes, he's like, hey, look at me. Rico, suave. I don't think they're alive either, guys. I really don't. I value Wolfpack's opinion. Wolfpack says I'll never understand how they find certain people with the quickness and yet kids disappear into Neverland. And two of them, Wolfpack, two that by the admission of their own parents that are autistic and you know, their communication skills aren't up to par of their age. So you remember that too? That's funny. He's still living there. All right. Yeah. Mighty Joe. All right. Those babies do need to be found, though. I've got a clip that came out like a day ago by Evil Exists. So let's talk about this just for a second.
And Jack Sullivan are still
Hit
missing,
that like
and there
button,
were no
guys.
confirmed sightings or positive leads regarding the children's whereabouts. We all have our suspicions because it is highly unlikely that two
funny.
children from the same family vanish at the same time, and the people in the house have stories with inconsistencies. Definitely raises some red flags. Let's also mention how the mother moved out almost immediately and never pleaded for the children.
Yeah, guys. So you guys that are here know, I mean, why would you ever do that? Why would you that like almost within the day of your children going missing? Now I can speculate that her and Daniel had some contention between them. And when you're a mathematician, when you're in a relationship and you guys are mathematicians and you're not sleeping and you've got young children and you're partying, that you're gonna butt heads, right? But I mean, she painted the picture of Daniel as if he were a major aggressor, like he abused her. All right. So if he abused her, then he abused the children too, right? Or no? All right. What's up, Daisy Duke? Good to see you. Yeah, fleeing abuse. Chance. That's the only thing I could really think of is that. All right. But I bet if you give me 5 minutes with Daniel, I'll have him chirping like a bird. I would love to hear that, Chief. Love your show. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. All right, let's listen to this part because it's all important and true to remember, because we're not going to visit the case until, well, there's more to visit here, but until more information comes out, there's nothing to cover.
Children's safe return. So what does she really think happened to them? If she truly believed they were taken, then why no pleading for their safe return or offering a reward? Just silence from her. The stepfather, Daniel, has been very vocal on social media. He talks and talks and talks, and tries to answer people's questions on Facebook.